beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for September 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for September. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Now, before I even start, they're showing me a hammer on its own in the water right now. Now, a hammer did come up for one of the other signs. I can't really remember right now, but I think it was Sagittarius. So if you have placements in Sagittarius, perhaps there's something in that reading for you. I mean, the hammer tends to typically represent that you may do some repair work in the month of September, or you may be doing some DIY, but it can also indicate that something that you're trying to forge, create, or build is coming together nicely, okay? I mean, there is a hammer in this deck also, so I just want you to be aware. It may be something that's going to pop out for you. So they're just showing me that hammer there, okay? Now, it can mean something's been difficult, that you've really struggled with something, you've had to use a little bit more force to make something become a reality for you, but I definitely see that September will be a little bit easier. I mean, September is actually a big month for change and U-turns. It brings greater ease and balance because we have both Mercury and Venus ending their retrograde cycle, which allows the pressure to be released. Now, Virgo season actually influences us all to get back on track, get organized, and pass a very critical eye on how we can get moving in the right direction. This is a month where you'll feel more productive, super effective, and, you know, move forward to align yourself with your goals. Now, also we have a grand trine, and that's between the new moon and Uranus and Pluto, which will see you transforming your life in extreme ways to free yourself up from the monotony of repetitive cycles. And this is a month where you'll be in service to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do and be proud of all that you achieve. Empowered and focused, you'll be energized to get all the important stuff done this month. And we do have Jupiter retrograding this month as well, so it does tend to mean that you'll be making your own luck. You'll work hard for whatever it is that you achieve, but you will be proud of yourself because you're going against the energy of the time period, okay? So we didn't get a hammer, so maybe this does mean that you are doing a little bit of DIY, or perhaps you are literally listening to this reading and you have a hammer and you're about to put or assemble something together. You know, it could be that you're assembling something together, either physically right now, or you will be doing it in September, or maybe it just means plans are coming together, okay? Now, as I was saying, that Jupiter is in retrograde, and retrogrades are not all that bad. It gives us an opportunity to take a step back, to really recalibrate our path or check in with ourselves, revisit something that you used to love doing, or a place that you used to love going, or just basically reconnect to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. So it can be a great opportunity to pause. Now, there is a little bit of a fiery energy at the end of the month, which can be a little bit bumpy to navigate, but we do have a full moon in Aries that gives you extra power to launch ideas, re-strategize, and find that extra energy to forge ahead. Now, remember, Uranus and Pluto, they are working in tandem this year. So this month you may see some exposés or hidden agendas come to light, whether that's on a personal level or a world events level. There may even also be some governmental policies that change or come in quicker than was previously talked about, and may shock some people or wake them up to things that are going on behind the scenes. Now, personally though, it is a month where you'll feel productive, you're going to be proud of your efforts, and I definitely see you moving in the right direction, getting organized, strategizing. And for you in particular, my beautiful Aquarians, your 8th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that's really about transforming your finances. So you may have money on your mind this month. Now, this could be joint finances like mortgages, repayment plans, credit card debt, pensions, things like that. This is to transform for the better with the 8th house. So you'll be making sure there's more money in your pocket for the long term. This is also a great time to put money-making ideas into practice, okay? So I definitely see that you will launch some sort of strategy or new idea in order to bring in more wealth. Also, your 3rd house is influencing you at the end of the month, and that's really about finding your voice, speaking loud and proud, expressing yourself and your ideas, and it's also connected to the law of attraction. So this is a perfect time to visualize and communicate to the universe what you desire and manifest it into the physical plane. You'll really be checking in with what steps you need to take to get to where you want to be. Also, this month, some of you may feel like taking a quick trip, or you may decide to put yourself on a course of learning to enhance your skill set, upskill, or even just, learn new knowledge, or put yourself out there to get a qualification in some way. And some of you, as I said, a quick trip, you may feel compelled to take at some point as well. But I definitely see that you are suddenly doing something this month, suddenly getting rid of anything that's negative, that is either holding you back or impeding your journey. I mean, you have the Empress in the resistance position with the 8 of Cups and the Devil card. So, male or female, it's not a gender-specific reading. I feel predominantly your month ahead is you checking in with yourself, because I feel like some of you have been neglecting your own needs, or you felt very disconnected from yourself. You may have felt like you've been on autopilot, and some of you, you may have been tempted to connect to things that are not particularly great for you, okay? Whether that's, there's a bad habit that you have. I feel like you're really checking yourself this month and, recalibrating and cutting it out. I mean, a little bit of what we fancy is really nice, okay? Not everybody's a saint, but I really get a sense that if you've been neglecting your own needs, if you've not been getting the greatest sleep, if you've been going to bed late, up all night on your phone, or if you've been connecting to a person who is not good for you, or you've been in a toxic situation, for example, I feel like you are removing yourself from that situation in order to get the best out of life for you, okay? Now, your first card here is the dice. So some of you are opening yourself up to a major leap of faith. This is your protagonist energy. It's with the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Some of you are feeling a little bit lost right now, or you are feeling a little bit stuck in a rut. And I feel like you're trying to find new innovative ways to open yourself up to change, do things differently, because I get a sense here of boredom or of this monotony that's going on there. And the dice is like gamble, risk, game playing, blind faith, uninhibited boldness, and playing with fate. And I definitely get an energy here that the main energy I'm getting actually is you want to do things differently. You want to be bold. You want to come out of a comfort zone. I feel like some of you could be launching a new idea, or you're doing something different. You're connecting to your true life's purpose and something that you're thinking about. I feel like there's like a calculated risk here because you've got the whip as your outcome energy, which means you're being strict with yourself. You're making sure that you investigate anything that you do that's new, okay? So if you're launching a new idea, a business, or you're starting a new relationship, or you're tempted to connect to somebody, I really feel like you're looking before you leap, or you are thinking ahead, strategizing before you make any moves, okay? But something that you're thinking about doing, it's like you've got this unpredictable energy about you in the month of September. So really take stock of the situation, whatever it is you're launching or whatever it is you're connecting to, because I feel there's just this, unpredictable energy about you this month. Now, when they say playing with fate, they say don't tempt fate, right? I feel it's very important, especially since you got so many swords in your readings, in your reading for September. Thoughts become things, okay? So what you think about, you bring about. And I really feel that your words have so much power this month, okay? 3rd house, represents communication, and it influences you at the end of the month. So even if you flippantly say something as a joke, but you don't really mean it, it could come true this month. So just watch your words, watch your intentions. I don't feel like you're doing anything negative, but for example, if you're trying to manifest, it's so important to use words that are going to bring you what you desire. Many, many years ago, I said something very flippantly to a friend. I was sitting on the sofa and we were watching a TV show, and I saw something on the TV show and I was like, oh wow, if only my life was like that. And I didn't really mean that, but it was like a little joke between me and my friend, and we sort of laughed it off. And I kid you not, a couple of months later, stuff that was very similar to this TV show started to show up, and I was like, hang on a minute. I kind of like joked that it would be great if stuff was happening like that, but actually it was very chaotic. It was very like, it was not what I wanted at all. It was something that, I'm not going to go into it. What it was, though, was something that was actually very negative. And it's not that I wanted the negativity. It was very important to recognize that, you know, a TV show, like, 20 minutes or 30 minutes of a TV show, there's lots of dynamics that go on in that show. It be something that's good, something that's negative, something that's toxic, something that's wonderful and outlandish and like Hollywood. And it's almost like I brought the whole package to life in that one joke in my life. And that was something that was like not what I really wanted, but I joked about it with my friend. And then she literally turned to me and said, you know what, be careful what you wish for. And I feel that's very important for you to recognize this month, okay? Be careful what you wish for. And I also would say use words that enhance what it is that you actually wish for, okay? So if, for example, you use a sentence like, I mean to be successful. That word mean, it has a lot of meanings. To be mean to someone is not a very nice thing, but to mean, to intend to do something is also another thing. So, sometimes it's really important to recognize the words you're using, because words are spellings and spellings are castings out to the universe. And, so I would say be careful what you wish for this month, because I definitely see something showing up for you. Now, also we have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, some of you may feel at the beginning of the month a little bit of brain fog or a little bit scattered, but I feel like some of you are trying to find a way to get a little bit more clear of mind, clear of thought. Okay, so I definitely see that some of you are exhausted. And that is one of the reasons why you're feeling a little bit scattered, or you're feeling a little bit like you can't concentrate. And I would say, if there's anything that you feel like taking for, like a substance, for clear thought, I would check the ingredients, okay? There may be something there that doesn't agree with you there. Check with your medical practitioner as well, because you wouldn't want to take anything that perhaps would be a negative impact on you, okay? So because the Devil card is present there, I would just definitely say, just watch taking stuff like that. Okay, so I'm not here to tell you how to rule your life or anything like that, but I'm seeing something that perhaps you just want to pay attention to, okay? Now, the Seven of Cups is also a very positive energy, because it indicates that you have an incredible imagination and you are allowing yourself to fantasize of all that life could be. Visualizing is half the manifestation process. So I really feel it's important for you to connect to all that you can have in life. I feel like you can have it all. And I feel it's important to recognize, to remain flexible and be open. But I feel like you're giving way to manifestation this month and the power of possibility. And I definitely get a sense here that some of you are going to be a lot more creative this month. I get a sense that you're going to have a lot of options open to you. I do see you're going to be very busy. Okay, I feel like you're going to be very productive. I feel like you're going to connect to all your tasks and responsibilities. And I feel that you are in the process of doing. But also we got the Two of Swords here. So some of you are actually feeling a little bit stuck and you're trying to find new ways to release yourself from a repetitive cycle. The Two of Swords can also indicate at the beginning of the month you are trying to find clarity. And if you're trying to make a decision in your life, and a big decision at that, I definitely see it's a big decision. I feel it's important for you to take stock, find some silence. They're actually showing me an owl right now. They're indicating that in silence, wisdom will come. Okay, I feel like owls, they tend to represent intuition, connecting to your sense of higher self, but also to see like a bird's eye view of your life. And in silence, wisdom comes is the main energy I'm getting from that. Now, some of you may be contemplating night work, or you have been doing night work and you're exhausted and you're trying to see if there's anything else out there that would be more suited to your circadian clock, to your body clock right now. Some of you may be contemplating taking up like a second stream of income, or doing something perhaps that is seasonal, is what I'm picking up here as well. But I definitely get a sense here that the Two of Swords is like you're trying to find answers, or you're trying to make a decision, and you may feel that there's something that you may feel like you have to compromise on, but I actually see that you can have it all. With the Seven of Cups present, it tells me that you can have anything you desire. There is a lot of potential for you this month, but I feel you're looking at where you're feeling a little bit stuck, where you feel like you haven't got enough time for yourself, where you feel that perhaps there's something that you know you should walk away from that is not helping you in your progress. Now, that could be on a personal level, but it could also be in terms of a career, or in terms of a food substance, for example. Some of you may have had fluctuating emotions, or hormonal fluctuations over the last couple of months, and I feel like you're trying to recalibrate your body, mind, and soul as well. I definitely see a quest for mindfulness this month, for you to manage any stress levels. And we do have the Devil card. Now, when the Devil card shows up for you, you want it in this position because it means you're releasing something that's negative or toxic for you. Also, it means you're liberating yourself out of a stuck situation, because the Devil card can indicate that you are becoming aware of where you feel stuck, or things that you feel you over control, or things that you're obsessed with, or things that you feel addicted to, or helpless to change a situation. This is you releasing that. This is you detaching from that. You're becoming aware of the things that keep us stuck as humans. So this could be like procrastination, for example. You may be like, okay, I need to get focused this month. I need to get organized, because I definitely see at the end of the month, you're super organized and you're in the flow of productivity. I feel like you're changing your life in some way. I feel like you're really changing your finances, that's for sure. But I feel like there's lots of new ideas here. And I feel like you're walking away from something that has been hard, or walking away from something that just makes you feel bad. And the Devil card, it says here, shadow self, addiction, obsession, limitations, dependency, lust, excess, and materialism. Now, for some of you, not all of you, I'm picking up a strong sense that some of you have been very critical on yourself, about your looks, or about your life, about the way that you look, especially since the Empress card is in the resistance position and you've got the Strict card there. Some of you have been very critical about yourself as you mature or you get older. You're actually turning heads this month. I feel like you're very attractive and you're having a bit of a glow up, and I feel there may be some realization, especially within yourself, of an inner narrative. We all have an inner narrative, and I feel like you're trying to, release any negative self-talk, because it's chipping away at your own confidence. So even at critical moments where you feel a lot of pressure, you may be really hard on yourself, and you may start to notice a pattern that when life gets pressurized, you blame yourself, or your go-to is to be hard on yourself. And I feel this month you're really disconnecting from that. Okay, I feel like you're capturing yourself doing it. Now, they've shown me this before, and they're showing me again. I mean, they showed me this maybe at the beginning of this year, or maybe last year, someone having an elastic band on their wrist, flicking it. So maybe someone out there is trying like some sort of process to eradicate any negative thoughts or shift any negative thoughts by snapping the elastic band. It kind of teaches you that you are being negative towards yourself. So I feel like you're overriding a pattern, okay, with that process. Now, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's coming through, so I have to mention it because it's coming through, okay? Now, we do have the Empress card and the Eight of Cups. So with the Devil card present, the Eight of Cups tends to tell me that you're walking away from something that isn't serving you anymore, that isn't emotionally rewarding. You're abandoning it. You're moving on from it. You're withdrawing from it, retreating. Some of you are leaving a toxic work environment because you value yourself with the Empress there. Again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. I feel like you're removing yourself from toxic relationships, friendships, working environments, or situations because you are valuing yourself and your time, okay? I definitely get a sense, literally, as you can see, this person's about to tear something up, okay? I feel like you're about to set your world, like, not alight. It's almost like some of you may have had a connection to something that you thought was good for you, and it's like you've changed your mind or you've evolved from this, you've outgrown it, and I feel like you're detaching from it, and I feel like it's almost like you're burning a bridge. That's what I feel. It's like you're burning a bridge in order to clear space for some sort of new beginning or release. Okay. And I feel it is freedom. There is a sense of your shoulders dropping. The pressure is off. So it could be that you're leaving a job and you're going to hear news of a new one. Some of you may have come to this reading and you may have lost your job and it was a toxic environment anyway. So I feel like you're being guided towards a new opportunity that's coming in, one that can use the intelligence you have, one that it's almost like you're eager to start. You'll learn new things there. I feel like also that you will be noticed and recognized for your skills, and I feel like your situation is improving. With the Empress energy in this position, it tends to tell me that you haven't been really connecting to your sense of self, or you've been neglecting your own needs. Also, with the Two of Swords and the Empress, it's telling me this energy of you're feeling a little bit indecisive right now. Maybe you're feeling a little bit in between worlds, or you're feeling a little bit like unfulfilled, or there's apathy there. And I feel like you're trying to rediscover part of yourself. And the Empress energy tells me that you have a lot of potential. You're actually very talented. You're very gifted at what you do, but sometimes you don't believe in your skills. You don't believe in yourself. And I feel like you're bringing that more into your life, that sense of belief. The Empress also indicates that there's like a new version of yourself this month where you are nurturing yourself, you're nourishing yourself, and I feel like you're manifesting for your highest good. Some of you are giving birth to a new idea, literally. Okay, some of you, if you're pregnant, for example, you may have gone through a very difficult pregnancy, or you may be finding it difficult. And I feel like towards the end of the month, there are major improvements, but there may be something, and this is not going to resonate for everyone, but it's coming through. There may be something in your diet that is exacerbating the difficulty. That's what I'm picking up. That's not going to resonate for everyone, but I feel like it gets easier at the end of the month. So if you're struggling, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love, but I see it getting easier, okay? Now, also with the Empress energy, some of you are acutely aware of time, that you may feel like you don't want to waste time. There's something you need to do or something you want to do. I definitely get a sense that you are either launching new ideas. Some of you are launching a new business. You may be leaving something behind in order to launch something new or set up independently. With the Eight of Cups, it tells me you're walking away from something, but I also get a sense that you're returning to something that you used to love doing. Okay? And I feel like anything that has been negative or toxic in your life, I feel like you learned a lesson about it. And sometimes, unfortunately, life is all about learning harsh lessons of things that, we need to stay away from or we need to gravitate towards. And I definitely get a sense that you've learned a lesson in something. And I feel like you can apply that to your future self. So some of you may even think about writing a book or a screenplay, or, finding a way to cathartically get it out there, channel it into some art or into something that is of benefit, not just to you, but to others as well. Some of you may be launching like a new business to help people who have been abused, or who have been in toxic relationships, or who have, gone through very negative cycles, or people who have gone through addictions. Some of you may be actually disconnecting from an addiction this month as well. And I see that there is clear thought, clear mind, and lots of improvements on the horizon for you. Of course, the whip is present, which means that you have to keep on it and be, strict with yourself, but I definitely see that you're going to see it through there as well. Now, a lot of you are actually going to reconnect to a hobby or something that you used to love doing. For some of you, it's reading a book, getting lost in a book, because I'm really picking up a book energy right now. I definitely get a sense that you are working hard towards something. This month seems to be very much like an overthinking month for you, where I feel like you've got lots of ideas, or you're trying to find your way on something, or you're trying to work something out. But I definitely see that you are making a calculated decision that is going to go in your favor. Okay, we've got the whip there. This is the outcome. So of course, this is to be strict with yourself, but also it can be where you're looking at repetitive cycles in your life that is making you feel stuck or bored, or just, you feel uninspired. And it says here, repetition, pain, conflict, anger, redo, tension, fights, and makeup. And I get a sense here that with the stork there, there's improvements. Okay, so if this card just came out by itself, it would indicate that, there may be something a little bit more difficult to come. But with the stork there, it tends to tell me that there is a sudden improvement in a very difficult situation. So some of you could be working on something that has become a bit of a habit, and you've found it a bit of a struggle, and it's been really difficult, and you may feel that, is there any improvements on the horizon? Are you going to have a breakthrough? Well, the answer is yes. Okay, it says here, improvements, change, birth, renewal, newness, pregnancy, and transition. Some of you are literally going to find out that you are pregnant this month as well, so congratulations there. But also I get a sense that you're in a major change period, metamorphosis period. The stork can indicate after a period of feeling like nothing's happening, that you're stuck, suddenly there's a breakthrough. And with the Two of Swords there, it can indicate that at the end of September, suddenly things start moving in the right direction for you, and you're going to feel proud of your efforts because you did this. I feel like it's a major change for you, and I feel destiny and fate are kind of intervening actually to bring you some really good karma there as well. Now, we got the Three of Pentacles. So some of you, especially financially, you're looking at your budgets, and the Three of Pentacles indicates that you're being careful with your finances, you're being cautious and clever, and you're looking at the world at large, and I feel like you're weighing up your options, the best way to use your finances or invest your finances. Three of Pentacles indicates that you are really building a solid foundation financially. So I feel it may be hard won, but I feel like you're right on track to increase your finances. I will pull some more cards in a moment just to check that. With the Three of Pentacles, this is about you engineering or planning. And I definitely see that this month you're going to be very cerebral. So this could be that you're planning an idea or a move or a project, or I feel like you're definitely very talented, very gifted at what you do. And if you're collaborating, you definitely stand out from the crowd here as well. But I feel it's more about quality rather than quantity for you this month. And the Three of Pentacles can also be an indication of you dedicating yourself to your prosperity. Some of you may, decide to become teachers, or you are going to learn something about something you're interested in. You may collaborate with other people. I get a sense here that you are the architect of your dreams, and your dreams are becoming tangible. But I feel there's something here that some of you may have been obsessed about. So some of you may be workaholics, and you're trying to address that, because sometimes, especially if we love doing what we do, if you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, you'll know that you actually work a lot harder than people who are just like going to a 9 to 5, because if you're an entrepreneur, it's your own business, and you kind of work 24/7. So I feel like you're obsessed with what you do, but sometimes we can burn ourselves out. And it makes us feel like we have no clear ideas. We lose a sense of direction. Sometimes it's important to take a step back to really look at the broader picture. And I feel that's what the owl was about as well. And this month is what you're going to get: clear sight. We've got the Page of Swords. So this is an indication there's some good news coming your way. Something that perhaps you've been trying to manifest, something that's been on your mind. This is something you're eager to get. Okay, now this can be also a card of calculation, calculating a way forward, or having an idea that you haven't processed yet, or you're curious about something. I get a sense here that some of you are launching new projects, and with the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups. For some of you, you're letting go of something that's been present in your world for quite some time, and you're curious to see what it will be like to leave that behind. The universe is actually going to reward you with something better, is what I see there. The Ace of Swords is an indication of a major breakthrough. It's about clarity, but also it's an energy of taking accountability and responsibility for your actions and being honest with yourself in order to forge away and take action on something that you've been thinking about. So launching new ideas, launching new projects. And with the Ace of Swords, some of you, you may have been a little bit unwell recently, and you may have been waiting for a procedure date, or you may have been waiting for an opportunity to get a procedure. I definitely see there's some sort of news about that comes in at the end of the month, okay? And of course, there will be improvements there as well. What else am I getting with that Ace of Swords? The Ace of Swords is literally like, suddenly you know what to do. Suddenly you understand, you get clarity, and you must act on it. So I feel like you're acting quite quickly, quite swiftly on something, but it's a calculated leap of faith or calculated risk that you're taking. And I feel suddenly it's almost like the beginning of the month is a little bit slow, but the latter part of the month is quite fast for you. Now, finally, we got a Five of Cups, and I'm going to pull a card on this because the Five of Cups is a card of things are feeling pretty difficult, but it's not as bad as it seems. You'll get through this, but it's also an indication that the universe is lining something up that is better for you. The Five of Cups, I mean, for some of you, you could have been going through a period of grief or grieving something that perhaps is that you lost, or a person that you lost. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you've been going through some personal grief there. There's no words. There's no words. I wish I could just scoot you all up and would just hug it out and just hold each other, because, I lost someone a couple of months ago, and, still, I mean, it still shocks me. There's still grief. It comes in waves. It just comes. You just never know when it's going to hit. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're going through the grieving process. I mean, people will tell you that time is a healer, but I mean, I feel like the impact of a person on your life, they will always be with you in some sense. So I feel it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be difficult, but you will get through this. So I'm sending you a huge, huge hug out there as well. With the Five of Cups, it can also indicate that the universe is removing or, encouraging you, and sometimes sends a bit of a tower energy, forcing you to remove something that has not been good for you out of your life. And it may be difficult, but I feel like the universe will reward you for it. I definitely see, the Five of Cups, the typical Five of Cups, a person is lamenting 3 cups that are spilt. So something perhaps has been a struggle for you or hasn't worked in your favor, and you may be thinking about all the things that could go wrong, but the universe is ushering in 2 extra cups, 2 cups that are filled, 2 cups that are going to be rewarding, and the universe is saying, but I've got better to come for you. So trust in the process. Now I'm just going to pull some final cards for you. It's not that things are not happening for you this month. I really get a sense that things are starting to slot into place, but I feel like you have a major decision to make. And I feel like, yeah, look at that, the Fool card. The Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So the Fool card is to take that leap of faith. Open yourself up to a new adventure. Take a chance, okay? Also, I really get a sense, not only is there a bit of an adventure occurring for you, but the Eight of Pentacles indicates you need to focus on yourself a little bit more, okay? Don't spread yourself too thin. The Eight of Pentacles can indicate that you're learning, that you are in a cycle of repeat. Some of you are feeling a bit bored with the monotony of repetitive cycles, and you may feel it's the same old thing, just a different day, and you're trying to find new ways to open yourself up to different experiences, whether that's, take a class, learn a new hobby, whether it's, check out a new restaurant or bar across town, go to a festival you've never gone to. I really feel like you're trying to shake up the humdrum of life, because life can get a little bit dull. But I get a sense here that you are working towards something. And my guide just said, well, there's your hammer. and they're the hammer. Okay, so some of you may literally be fixing something around the house as well, and or doing a bit of DIY too. Now we've also got the Ten of Cups. Ultimately, you can have that happy ever after. Ultimately, you are attracting more wealth. You are working really hard, but also I feel like you're very family oriented. And I definitely get a sense here there is contentment, total love and support. And I feel also there's good fortune as well as peace, serenity, and well-being for you. Okay. I feel this card is really underlying one sentence in particular. Take pleasure in all you've accomplished because you've come a long way and there is much more to come as well. Now, before I go to your final deck, they're giving me a sentence. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Now, that's a very old saying, okay? Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. So that can indicate something that you're taking care of or something that you are worried about. It's going to work out the way you'd hoped for, okay? I get a sense here, it's like expect better times ahead, okay? Expect better times ahead. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay. So we have resolve. Okay, so something will be resolved in your world, but it also says dedicated to achievement, steady gains, long game, loyalty, effort, and top dog. Now, there could be some sort of new position that becomes available this month. I feel like some of you are leaving a place in order to get something new. There is a potential to step into a promotion. Okay, but I do see that you'll have to work hard to negotiate a better deal for you because for some of you, I feel like they'll offer you something. There's more like work attached to it. There is status, but I feel like they'll try and not give you as much money as you think you deserve in that position. So negotiate a better deal. And for some of you, you're following your heart, doing something that you love, and you may be looking at, you know, the finances. It may not pay as much as you'd hoped for at first, but I definitely see a sense of it staircasing and then you getting more in the long term. Okay, now we've also got strategy. So I definitely picked up on the energy of you trying to work something out, trying to think about your next move, trying to become unstuck, as it were. It says research, references, visible, key position, and deserved pay. Wow, I didn't even read that, and it says that there. The Page of Swords that's relevant in your reading tends to mean that you're going to do a lot of research this month. It is going to be a very cerebral month. I mean, some of you may be even thinking about relocating or making some major change in your life because you feel where you're at right now, you're just feeling stagnant and you're longing for something new. And you may be researching new areas or new properties or new places to gravitate towards, especially since we have the direction card there as well. It says finding your way, study, mentor, career search, many jobs, diverging paths. Some of you may be launching something new, maybe even from the home space as well. It could be to do with online because the third house connects to online businesses, the internet. So I definitely see that if you are connecting to something like on a social media platform, especially when it's using your unique voice, I definitely see it being very successful for you. And also we've got perspective. And it says there, different view of things, being objective, long run, creative work, and shiny objects. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a rune before we close. They've only given one. That's interesting. But it's a really great one, which is the arrow, being right on target. Searching for direction, being a warrior. Yes, sometimes things are difficult, and I feel like you're going to get through this. Also, this rune indicates getting justice, good karma. And for some of you, I feel like you may be headhunted, or there may be an intriguing proposition for you at the end of the month that you'll be very curious about. Okay, do your research, but I definitely see that you're going to be right on target. They're giving me an energy of sacrifice. So it's really about looking at what you sacrifice for what you're connecting to. So it's like the effort that you put into something, is it rewarding? Does it feel good? Is it bringing you closer to your goal or your dream? If the answer is no, I definitely see you stepping away from it and honoring yourself and valuing what you bring to the table of life and love. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're not going to find love this month if you're looking for it. I feel some of you, if you are looking for love, I feel like you will be talking to someone new. But I feel like you'll be a bit cautious about where this goes, because some of you are closing out or getting closure on a very toxic situation from your past. And it's taking a little bit longer to heal. Give yourself that time to heal. This new person, I feel like, with the Five of Cups present, I feel that in the future, this could be a long-term rewarding relationship, but I feel at first you may be a little bit cautious about feeling that it's going to go wrong, or that, you know, there's just an abandonment feeling here in this reading. So some of you may have gone through an abandonment experience. This new person's not going to do the same. So I really want you to be aware of that. Okay, so take it organically. It's going to grow into something new. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Just before I go, I'm just getting an energy that, oh, and now I'm being given a song as well. Okay, I'm glad I paused. But they're giving me this sense of that this month is like you looking at the map and you thinking about the next steps. I feel like you put what you're thinking about into practice at the end of the month. So this feels like a very sort of strategic catalyst month for you, where you're lining things up. And the song that they're giving me, oh wow, this song is, I don't know what this song is, typical. There's so many songs in the world, I can't know them all, but I'll give you the lyrics of what I'm being given. If you were paid a weekly salary, what would be your wage? Set your world ablaze, so give yourself a raise. Okay. For some of you, you're getting back to work. You're re-entering the working environment, whether you were retired or some of you may think about setting up like a creative endeavor that isn't really like work. It's something you enjoy doing, but you may bring in finance from it. Some of you, if you've been like, if you took some time out to look after children, raise children, you may be re-entering the job market. You may be feeling a little bit nervous, anxiety. I definitely see that, you know, it's going to really be a great move for you. I get a sense that you are, what is that energy? It's like to set your world on fire or set your world alight. Okay, that's what I'm getting. It's like make life more interesting, more spontaneous, do something different. That's the energy that I'm getting with this. I'm not sure what that song is. It's a masculine energy that sings it. I'm also seeing someone clearing things out and selling them. So some of you may be literally decluttering your home space this month as well, sorting through some things. And some of these things that you're clearing out, they may hold attachments to both good and bad memories. Don't let it trigger you, is what I'm being given, especially if it's something from someone who was toxic in your life. Don't allow it to trigger you. It no longer holds weight or power in your life. So that's what I'm being given. So I'm just going to move on from that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.